acceptance. Give them love, give them love. Don't matter what you look like, don't matter what you believe, but just believe in love. Don't matter what you believe, but just believe in love. Built on love for each other, acceptance. Give them love, give them love. Don't matter what you look like, don't matter what you believe, but just believe in love. Don't matter what you believe, but just believe in love.
Chirp.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. I hope you've enjoyed Ball State so far. I'd like to introduce Paige Turner, the Dean of the CCIM College.
Thank you so very much. It is absolutely my honor to serve as Dean of this outstanding college, and the support and the resources that we have both in our college and across the entire campus are what brought me here. But honestly, it's not about me. We believe in our students so much that we entrusted them to make our centennial video, and we are entrusting them to show you what it means to be a member of CCIM. So Morgan?
Thank you, Dean Turner. I'm Morgan Silhavy. I'm not used to being in front of the camera. I'm a media student. I'm usually behind the camera. This is new. But I'm the president of BSU tonight, and we're very grateful to be showing you our show, as well as the department that really helped us grow and helped me grow as a student, as a professional. So just very quick, because we want to get started really quick. We're a late night comedy talk show, kind of like Letterman, you know him? You know, and like SNL, and we're open to everyone in the entire Ball State. It doesn't have to be a media student. We're here to teach people. We have people from all different, teachers and actors and tons of people who get to come here and work with us, and it's very exciting. So I'd like to introduce a couple people who are here, who volunteered to be here. Truman, Jamie on camera. Yeah, we got a brand new director today, Chloe Felwalk, who's one of our head writers. Yes, she's back there. Tyler's back there, Cade, and Bethany. I believe that's everyone. If I'm forgetting someone, I'm sorry. I'd like to say before we start the show, if anyone's interested in seeing behind the stage or like stepping back there and looking at the directing process, we have Grayson, our PR person, over here. If you want to stand up and walk back with him, you're more than welcome to go float back and forth if you want to go check it out back there, or just be here as our live audience. This is actually the first time we've had a live audience since COVID hit. So congratulations. Thank you. I know our host is a little nervous because she's never had a live audience before, but we're very, very excited to have you here. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our host, Cassidy Esch.
Hey everyone. So like Morgan said, I've never done this for an audience before, so that's exciting. But what I'm going to be doing today is interviewing some different people from the different departments in CCIM so they can kind of tell you a little bit more about their specific departments, something that I do not know about because I am an elementary education major. So I will go ahead and get started with that. I'm going to have a seat at my desk, and then we'll have our first guest on. I know, I get a super cool desk. Isn't it fun? Okay, so our first guest on is going to be the department chair of the Department of Media, Susie Smith.
She did leave the other microphone here.
I can hold it for you.
Okay. It's off.
Okay. All right.
Hi, everybody. I got to remember to talk in the microphone. It's not just a prop, Dean Turner. My product placement here, Ball State Dining.
Very nice.
How are you, Cassidy?
Good. Thank you
Good.
for asking. No one
You're
ever
very
asked the
welcome.
host questions, you know?
I
think we
could
need to
do
work
that
on
if you'd like. I've interviewed plenty of people, so.
So I will start off by having you kind of introduce yourself and your program, and along with that, what majors and classes are a part of your program.
Okay, well, my name is Susie Smith, and I am the chair of the Department of Media. For any of you there who may be a graduate of Ball State, we are formerly the Department of Telecommunications, but we recently updated our name. We think it's more reflective of the types of things that we do within the department. We are one major, but we have 4 different concentrations. Production, people who are interested in creating content and want to actually use the cameras, use the audio equipment, use the computers to create stories and things like that. We have media promotion and management, students who are interested in media, but maybe they don't want to create the content. They would rather promote it or interact with it in another way. Film and media studies, they want to study the content. They want to know why media is the way it is. And so they have that kind of interest. And then multimedia and broadcast storytelling, which is our news for our news students who are interested in going to some form of broadcast and or video or audio news reporting or producing.
Great. Okay.
That answered your question.
Absolutely. What's something special about your specific program at Ball State that you would say sets it apart from other universities that students that are interested in that might be considering?
I'm so glad you asked that because I think everything sets us apart from any other university. I think for us, the biggest thing is it's a mantra, if you will, around all of the college, which is from day one. And the idea that we, not only in terms of curriculum and classes and trying to get students involved in projects, hands-on equipment, immersive learning, all from the first time they set on campus. Also within student organizations like BSU Tonight that they can participate in and be incredibly involved in creating content and telling stories. And so I think that's a big part of it. I always like to say when I give tours, we are big enough to be able to provide a lot of opportunities for students, but we're small enough that they actually get the opportunity to take advantage of them. So I think that's the nice thing about being the middle ground, if you will, in terms of university size.
Absolutely. I feel the exact same way because like we had recruitment for this club at the beginning of the school year. So in September, new freshmen were coming in here like the second month of their freshman year and getting their hands on cameras and stuff. And I'm not again in that major, but that is so cool that they get to have that hands-on experience immediately.
And we know that students come from high schools, some of which have programs that allow them to do things like that, but a lot of students don't get that opportunity. They know that it's something they have an interest in, but they've never been able to do this kind of work. And so we want to give them every opportunity we can to give them the chance to do that, all 4 years that they're here.
Absolutely. Okay, let's see what's next. So what is, I guess, a quick thing, what's something that you wish every high school student struggling to choose a college, what's something you wish they knew about Ball State, maybe your department specifically, regardless of what major they're considering?
I don't know that there's one thing. I think find a place that feels like home. I think that one of the things that keep coming back to us from students who do come here is that from the first moment they stepped on campus, they felt like this was home and this was the place that they felt like they ought to be. And so I think that you know, we always say follow your gut. If it feels like the place for you, it is the place for you. And I always like to say too, you know, you're not making a decision for the rest of your life. So, you know, if it's the wrong decision, you can always change your mind. But I think that, like I said, most of the students that we've talked with, after they come here, they just feel like, they say they felt like they were home. So
Absolutely.
I don't know that that completely answers your question.
No,
but
it definitely
that's a good
does.
sentiment, if you
Yeah,
will.
it's a process that should be fun. I think that college decisions is something that stresses a lot of high school students out.
Absolutely.
It definitely did for me. But it's something that should be fun. You get to learn lots of new things about new places. It is a big decision, though. So I like how you emphasize, like, don't put so much pressure on yourself.
Exactly. That's
Absolutely.
exactly what I'm trying
Yes.
to do. So.
So with that, we are going to head to our next video, and after that, I'll be back with another guest.
Thanks, Cassidy.
Thank you so much.
Ball State Public Media will leverage all news sources for the public good.
Wow. And we're excited to introduce the newly named Computer and Information Technology program in CCIM'S. Our program of study helps you build a strong foundation in the concepts, theories, and practices of information technology, including design, implementation, and administration of secured systems and networks. Computer and Information Technology truly extends the reach of our well-respected CCIM'S.
It gets better. Career and Technical Education offers a Master of Arts degree completely online. For those with a bachelor's degree who are interested in teaching or working as a technology leader, this program is perfect to achieve your professional goals as quickly as possible.
Sometimes a new naming is needed to fully describe a program and what it has to offer for today's students and communities.
We are so excited to announce the new names of the following departments.
The Department of Journalism will now be known as the School of Journalism and Strategic Communication. In this program, you won't just learn all sides of the media business and invaluable skills, you'll use them. The instructors teach skills that employers are looking for while focusing on the new era of media. Plus, the School of Journalism and Strategic Communication offers a wide variety of job potential.
And last but not least, the Department of Telecommunications is now the Department of Media, providing innovative classes and hands-on experience. The Department of Media better establishes our program in the public eye while continuing to teach you storytelling with high-end technology. With the most engaged faculty, the Department of Media is dedicated to your success.
These visionary innovations reflect what we have always done and will always do to prepare our diverse students for a fulfilling career and a meaningful life.
Our college has been and always will be about passion, purpose, and progress.
Because at CCIM, we fly.
So our next guest will be the chair of the Department of Computer Information Technology, David Hua. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
So I'll ask you the same thing that I asked Susie, so you can just introduce yourself and your program and tell a little bit about the majors, concentrations, all that stuff that's a part of it.
So my name is David Waugh, and as mentioned, I am the interim director of the Center for Information and Communication Sciences, or CICS. And within our area, we have an undergraduate degree in computer information technology, and within that, we have 3 concentrations right now. We have our networking infrastructure, which is all about how you interconnect devices. We have our systems infrastructure concentration, which is more about understanding the servers and how you set up systems that allow people to do the things that they do. If you think about this computer that you're using and the places that you're logging into, it's our discipline that sets up those infrastructures and those systems that allow other disciplines to do their job. And then finally, we have a concentration in network and systems cybersecurity, because we can set up this foundation, this infrastructure, but if we're not securing it, then we're not doing our job properly, because we hear all the time in the news how hackers are getting into that company, into the government. And so we're trying to teach our students how to prevent that from happening.
Very cool. Okay. So my next question is, what makes your program stand out as a unique and individual aspect of our campus? So kind of what I don't really sure what the words I'm looking for are here. So what's kind of unique about your program that's different from the other programs at Ball State?
So again, since we are dealing with infrastructure, we differentiate from, let's say, computer science, which is more about the learning how to program, how to write the code necessary for applications. And so that's their responsibility, and thank goodness for them, but that's not what we do. We take what the programmers have created in terms of applications and operating systems. We take what the engineers have created in terms of hardware, and then we bring those all together to create a system, again, that allows people to do their jobs.
Awesome. Okay, so we have about 1 minute left, and I will ask you one more question. So I'll actually ask you the same thing that I asked Susie. What's something you wish every high school student struggling to choose a college knew about Ball State, or maybe your department specifically? Yeah, regardless of their major, or maybe if they're interested in the major that.
I won't repeat what Susie said because it is absolutely true as far as being, you know, the place that you feel like you ought to be. But in addition to that, it's that connection between the students and the faculty. I think that's one of the strongest aspects of our university, that we are invested in our students and that we are here not for just ourselves, but we're here for the students. We want to see them succeed. We want to invest ourselves in them to see them develop and grow. So I think that's definitely one of the items that really sets us apart, because our student to faculty ratio is such that we're able to establish these relationships with the students.
Absolutely. That's so true. I mean, even not just for the CCIM department, but for me in the Teachers College, I've had so many awesome relationships with my professors as well. So with that, are we taking it to another interview? Yes? Okay. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. Welcome. So everyone, this is the Strategic Communication, Dan Wechter. Did I say that right?
You said it perfectly.
Perfect.
Thank you, Cassidy.
Okay. And then same deal. You can introduce yourself and your program and what majors and concentrations are part of it.
As Cassidy said, my name's Dan Wechter, and I'm actually the Associate Director for the School of Journalism and Strategic Communication. No, that's perfectly fine. We just changed from Department of Journalism very recently, so trust me, I make that error all the time. The School of Journalism and Strategic Communication has a wide variety of programs. We have strategic communication that includes individual majors in advertising and in public relations. We have a journalism major that has concentrations in magazine media writing, news writing and reporting, photographic storytelling, and mass communication. And then new for fall 2022, we'll have a major in media design and development, which is our visual storytelling emphasis. We have some minors as well, but we're really excited about students who come into our majors and they're focusing on storytelling for a variety of audiences using a variety of media types. So a lot going on in the School of Journalism and Strategic Communication.
Very cool. So I know about the Unified Media Lab, things like that, resources that those journalism and strategic communication students have access to. So can you speak a little bit around those types of resources that students have and why that makes us a really good option compared to maybe some other universities?
Certainly, certainly. And one of the hard things about being the third person in line is you're following two incredibly well-versed colleagues who are going to steal all the best answers. So I'm going to do the best I can. So the School of Journalism, in partnership with the Department of Media, operates the Unified Media Lab. And the Unified Media Lab is really a pretty new endeavor. I think it's been open since 2012 or 2013, and it gives students a chance to experience what it's really like to be in a newsroom producing content for a wide variety of media types. So students are running the daily news, they choose the content. Students are also heavily involved in NewsLink Indiana. As Susie said, they are really starting their professional career the moment they arrive on campus.
Very true, very true. Well, with that, we'll move on to our last interview.
Actually,
Thank you.
I have one more thing
yes,
I
of course.
need to, if I could.
Oh, yes, I
interrupt
told you
for
I'd
a
ask you a
moment.
question about this. Are there any upcoming events?
Why, I'm so glad you asked, Cassidy. On April 29th, we will have, for the first time since we were pretty much shut down from the pandemic, we'll have High School J-Day, which is now evolving into J-Day Plus, CCIM Day Plus. So rather than just being limited to the School of Journalism and Strategic Communication, it covers all the program opportunities in the College of Communication, Information, and Media. So any student from not just Indiana schools, but any student who wants to come and join us that day, we welcome your presence. We have a deadline coming up pretty quickly, the contest deadline, and we do contests. So we evaluate media throughout the state of Indiana and area. That is March 23rd.
Awesome.
So we will be happy to provide more information if you'd like to take that back to your schools.
Yep. Well, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. We have our next few guests on. We have the undergraduate academic advisor for communication studies, Melanie Turner, and the journalism and strategic communication advisor, Mackenzie Wanger. So welcome to them. And then you guys are more in the advising department, from what I've heard, correct? So you guys can kind of talk about your kind of what you do with advising students, and also, you know, introduce yourselves again. And what kind of students that you work with, like what majors they're in.
Okay, because I really want to talk about communication studies too, since that
wonderful.
program
Go ahead.
did not get talked about.
Yes, wonderful.
I'm Melanie Turner. I'm the undergraduate academic advisor for communication studies, and then I also help Dave with the communication and information technology students. So I have both of those groups of students. Communication studies is a wide range of communication skills for both professional areas. They could go into teaching, or they could also prepare for graduate studies. So we have concentrations, one major, 3 concentrations: organizational communication, interpersonal communication, and public communication. And if you need to know about those, I can tell you more. I think the flyers have some information. We also offer 3 minors as well. So we basically have a good array of information that students glean that they can use in any field once they go out into the professional world. So with that said, your turn.
From an advising standpoint, we specialize in upper division students. So once a student matriculates to Ball State, they will be assigned a freshman advisor to really help them adjust through that first year. And so once a student has completed 30 hours, then they move to a major advisor, which is one of the 2 of us. And then we have some colleagues who aren't here today. But we then specialize in the curriculum for our specific programs. And so we're really working closely with the students. Once they've made it through that developmental first year, then they matriculate to us and work through their specific program. And so we're specialized then in each of the majors.
Wonderful. Okay, so you guys do work with students a lot, and we obviously know that student-faculty relationships are very important. So do you have kind of a general summary, or even like a specific example of like the ways in which your students can connect with their professors on a personal level?
I would say as counselors, you all as counselors probably have a real good process of creating rapport with a student. And, you know, sometimes I don't know how many students you have. Sometimes that's difficult. But just a word or a question, something that's personal that they would want to share with you, I think creates rapport with a student, and I think it's really, really important. I have students that come to me even after they're finished with school, wanting to know, ideas and want to bounce things off of me. And they do the same thing with faculty. We happen to have faculty advisors that are assigned. I don't know how much longer that's going to last, but all of the faculty in our department are willing to meet with any student regardless of whether they have them in class or not. So, and we're a small enough department that we can create a great deal of rapport with a student.
Okay, so I do have one final question. Obviously, as I'm sure, since you're part of an educational institution, you guys know how hard life can be for anyone that works at school. So do you have any words of encouragement for our counselors here that work so hard every day for their students?
I would say just keep doing what y'all are doing. I mean, you're here. That shows you obviously care about your students and helping them find opportunities and the best place fit for them as they move through into the next stage of life. And man, education has been tough the last couple years with the pandemic, and I think that we all just keep working together for the good of the students, and I think when we focus on the fact that it is ultimately for them and helping them, that just puts things in perspective so much. So I commend you guys for taking time to continue to grow and develop and to be here and listen to the two of us.
Well, with that, we are going to go ahead and finish up our little mini show here. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you to our guests for coming on and talking with us today. And we are going to go ahead and sign off. Bye.
Amelia, I am so excited for this. You may have seen the stop motion video. It highlights the department and units that make up CCIM.
That's right. CCIM is all about passion, purpose, and progress, and our college is dedicated to your success. We'll show you the 2 new names that represent the value of our program in today's new era of media in a minute. But before we do that, let's run down our other outstanding units.
First stop, esports.
Beginning this year, students can compete in the esports tournaments, earn a degree in esports production, and learn the ropes of a billion-dollar industry. Esports at Ball State is just getting started.
Communication Studies is the home of our award-winning forensics teams and intergroup dialogue. From learning theories and fundamentals to practical application, Comm Studies will help you communicate clearly and effectively on your lifelong journey to a fulfilling career and a meaningful life.
Next up is the Center for Information and Communication Sciences, or lovingly, CICS for short. A high-quality, innovative, and immersive educational experience. CICS will prepare you to solve leadership, communication, and information challenges with hands-on activities. This program has over a 90% placement rate, so opportunities for CICS grads are abundant.
Check this out, Amelia. Indiana Public Radio and Ball State Public Broadcasting have been brought together under Ball State Public Media. As part of CCIM, this new iteration of public broadcasting provides a meaningful educational experience with unparalleled immersive learning and content-generating opportunity for students. This expanded vision of media aligns with the university's mission to support our community near and far and will enhance the scope of local news, entertainment, and inspirational storytelling.
I'm telling you, just the fun of being here with these kids is tremendous.
RLL has generously provided a $5,000 scholarship for 2 members of the Ball State's University esports team. This 4-year scholarship, that's a 4-year commitment to the success of our students, will advance the program's mission of recruiting and retaining the top esports players around the world.
I'm amazed at the depth of the partnership with RLL. Because again, not only will we have students racing with us under the Ball State and RLL logos, they'll be able to participate with RLL at community events.
To have the 2 of these organizations meet together in what I fully believe is pioneering a new world, a new culture, a new way of life for not only sports but any other endeavor. I am so pleased, so delighted, and so proud of this association.
Dave, thank you so much for coming back to campus. It's always a pleasure and an honor to have you on our campus. And it also, I know you've had an opportunity not just here, but earlier in the day to meet with our students. And that is what truly makes your visit so special.